A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the second contest of the day, and this is another crackerjack of a contest between Jharkhand and Manipur, two teams who are very well equipped to go ahead and might it or face it against each other in all their glory. Manipur has so far been in absolutely effervescent form, wherein Jharkhand will also be going forward and trying to bite Manipur and create an upset in the fixture. We have two captains in the middle right now who are all set for the toss. We have Subhash Singh Singham for Manipur, and at the same time, for Jharkhand, we have Somra Munda. We'll try and show you the playing 11 of the sides. There's so far been an incredible day of football. Here's the starting 11 for Manipur. We have Haokip in the goal. Denai Singh, Roman Singh, Carrick, Kabiraj, Kishan Singh, Nauba Meitei, Yami Longwa, Singham Subhash Singh, Ronald Singh, and Maling Number. And here's the subs. Boy Singh, Samson, Danjil, Punsiba Singh, Lashram, Somishan Chirag, Vidya Chandra, Santa Yumlebam, Siddharth Rana, and A.R. Viraibo. Wherein for Jharkhand, we have Ankit Kujor, Ghanasham Murmu, Manjeet Karmali, Somra Munda, Vivek Sarka, Bosen Murmu, Gorachand Mandi, Rohan Kachap, Rohit Tigga, Sankar Orao, and Bikram Sanko. Then here are the subs here: Sane Mohammed, Kanho Murmu, Raizan Hansta, Yet Lungnam, Sanjay Murmu, Shiv Shankar, Birsha Tudu, Vimal Kumar, Ajay Kisku, Tarun Kumar, Rehman Lakra. So just in case if you remember, the two scorers of Jharkhand in the preceding game are both on the bench. It was Raizan Hansta who managed to find the back of the net alongside Birsha Tudu. So they will not be starting the fixture today. Now that's an interesting move there from the preceptor of Jharkhand, Ranjit Kumar Haldar, wherein we have Gift Ray Khan taking over the mantle for Manipur. We are live from the Kuman Lampak main stadium in a Group 6 fixture between Manipur and Jharkhand. Right now on your screen, the team that will be attacking from the left to the right, dressed in whites, it's Manipur, the hosts of this Manipuri leg of Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy. Wherein the team that will be attacking on your screen from the right to the left will be the team adorned in green, Jharkhand. This will be going by the antiquity of the fixtures. If antiquities are to be believed, if histories are to be believed, it will be a collision of some ferocious defense versus some ferocious attack. Manipur is known as an ultra-aggressive unit, wherein Jharkhand, at the same time, well, they can endure some attack and then they can accordingly go forward. The victory in their last game will try, or rather will act as a major impetus in order for them to try and drive forward today. They will be boiling with confidence right now in order to challenge the mighty Manipur at the moment. And a long ball sent forward straight away. The goalkeeper came out of his line for Jharkhand, Ankit Kujur. He had to put in a staunch save early in the game. We are just 38 seconds into the game. And Manipur straight away teasing the Jharkhand defense with a phenomenal cross. However, the goalkeeper of Jharkhand, Ankit Kujur, rising up to the task, charging out of his line and eventually clearing the ball emphatically in order to help Manipur, or rather in order to help Jharkhand stay afloat without conceding a goal. And another long ball, this time sprayed onto the right wing. However, it has now been sent back, and right now the ball keeps on rolling in the Manipuri defense. Another long ball, once again targeting that left wing. An opportunity! Oh my word! That was a golden chance. The goalkeeper was off his line. A phenomenal opportunity there for Manipur to try and get their noses ahead. It was Moirangthem Malengba going for that shot. Unfortunately, an entire empty goal gaping at him could not be utilized as the ball clattered onto the crosswork and then bounced away for a goal kick. Now that's a phenomenal start. That's a ferocious start from Manipur, challenging the authority of Jharkhand straight away. They want an early goal for themselves. As the tradition of the tournament goes, they have eventually managed to find those early goals that has really helped their confidence, that has helped them to secure those early lead and, like, probably try and challenge the opposition or try and force them into their own half. So that is how it has been always. However, the question is, if they are unable to find that opening goal, how do Manipur work from here? Well, it's just 2 minutes on the clock. There's still ample time remaining. And given the presence of some emphatic sharpshooters in the Achilles of Manipur, they will try and compound their advantage early in the game. They will try and maintain that extraordinary sequence of finding that early goal in the ongoing Santosh Trophy. Oh, what a strike! And what a finish! Absolute bullet being pegged into the bottom, into the top left corner of the net. Manipur has kept their tradition, their extraordinary tradition of finding an early goal in the ongoing edition of Heroes 76 NFC Santosh Trophy alive. That was a seriously wonderful drive at the goal, and the goalkeeper stood a mere onlooker, stranded to his spot. What a strike there from Manipur, and the hosts have once again got their noses ahead. This was the start that they were looking forward to, and what a golazo or what a golazo to announce their approach or their attacking mindset in the game straight away. And now Jharkhand tries and send in a long ball from center, but that won't really be bothering Manipur. The goalkeeper will comfortably come out and collect it without much fuss there. It passes it, sends it forward again, and it's a brilliant run once again from Manipur. Can Jharkhand clear it away? Well, the ball has actually fallen back from Manipur. The ball stays with Manipur, sends in a brilliant cross from the left. However, the defender is keeping an alert eye there and repelling it away quickly. Another ball coming in from that level. That's a lovely cross. But this time, the Jharkhand defenders being in their position, ensuring the fact that they were repelling it away or they were trading it away for a corner, a set piece for Manipur nonetheless. Here's the confirmation of the goal. It was Kisan Singh Thongjam who ended up unleashing an absolute thunderbolt, a screamer to send Manipur ahead in the fixture of this day. And here's a corner for Manipur. It's a captain Subhash Singh Singham to float it into the box and launches it forward. Another header comes in, and goal number 2 for Manipur. Right now, it's all downhill for Jharkhand as Carrick has managed to find the back of the net, making it 2-0 in favor of Manipur. And we have still not crossed the 5-minute mark. Jharkhand will need someone to go ahead and arrest the decline. Right now, they are caught in the eye of the storm, and Manipur is simply intensifying it with every passing second. A picture perfect cross. The defense stood mere spectators, and Carrick heading it home to perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, sincere apologies for the fact that there was a technical glitch that we had to brave, but we are back in the game. And as things stand, a couple of early strikes from Manipur has set them well en route to another emphatic dominating outing. However, it's football and we never know when things will change. We would never know. Actually, there was a third goal that was scored while we were away, and we'll try and confirm the goal scorer there. It's a lovely ball floating in from the right and an absolute thumping header, the second header of the game that has allowed Manipur to make it 3-0. 10 minutes are still to come on the clock, and Manipur is absolutely decimating Jharkhand at the moment. Jharkhand feels like they are just here in front of a tornado that was flying away at will. Manipur at the same time bringing out their heavy artillery early in the game. They were looking for that opener, but now they have found three goals right now. This is going to be a very interesting game, at least from the perspective of Manipur. The ball stays with Jharkhand. The long ball comes floating in. A bit of a miscommunication there between the goalkeeper and the defender. Jharkhand sends in a lovely ball there, hoping to find one of their forwards at the receiving end of it. But before they could have laid claim to that, the Manipuri defense, standing tall, outleaps their marker and complete and heads it away for a corner. First corner of the day for Jharkhand. A glimmer of hope in an already dark outing. A glimmer of hope, a candle, or rather a tip of light in a room that is consumed by darkness right now. The kind of attacks that Manipur has already started stitching, it has been relentless, unsparing, and the kind of belligerence that Jharkhand is coming, or rather Manipur is coming to the fixture with, it's nothing short of absolutely bedazzling, stellar stuff from Manipur. And Jharkhand still fails, or Jharkhand struggles to chase right now. They're chasing shadows at the moment. So just to give you all a quick confirmation of the goal scorer who just got that third goal while we were away. Well. Before going back to that, Jharkhand came knocking on the doors. It seems that right now they are fearless. They have already conceded three goals. And in order for them to stay alive in this fixture, they will have to come forward, knocking on the doors over and over again. And just to confirm quickly again, the goal scorer for Manipur, the final one, or rather the third goal while we were away, trying to fix a technical glitch and trying to bring the game back live to you, was none other than Ronald Singh Saikom. Manipur now trying to use that left wing, takes a bit of a dribble, tries to go past the defender, but won't really be successful. Decent piece of work there from the defense, ensuring the fact that he's trading it away for a throw in favor of Manipur, at least stalling the flow of play. It was basically a free kick, actually. It was not even a throw in, so that was interesting to see. Manipur has managed to find that right wing once again. Those wings have actually produced wonders for Manipur. A couple of crosses allowing them to score those second two goals, where in the first, the opener of the day came in from an absolute bullet that was driven fiercely at extreme prejudice, pegging the ball into the back of the net from distance, leaving the Jharkhand goalkeeper Ankit Kujur a mere spectator. And right now, Ankit Kujur is caught in the middle of a nightmare with Manipur, pulling all the strings of destruction, playing the symphony of destruction, and continuing to hold momentum in their sails. That has been a beauty to watch so far between Manipur and Jharkhand. Jharkhand continues to struggle while Manipur continues to drive forward. Jharkhand still chasing shadows at the moment. They have that firepower if they want to come forward and try and press Manipur. But for that, they will have to hold the ball in the midfield. They will need to have a bit of a possession. And that's a lovely ball once again. Manipur. Oh, he's got the ball through the legs, sends it across towards the center. But Jharkhand ensuring the fact that no harm was done. But the danger still lingers around. And that is where the main danger lies. Just to quickly confirm you, another game that is that is ongoing right now between Punjab and Himachal Pradesh has already seen Punjab taking an early lead as Rohit Sheikh opened the scoring for this, or opened the scoring in the second minute. Manipur just keeping the possession under their control right now. They know. And this time the goalkeeper of Jharkhand stepping out of his station there, collecting the ball comfortably. No troubles whatsoever. He has showcased uh, composure at least in this opportunity. But the 3 goals that has been scored, well, he'll need to do a lot of thinking about that. A lot of contemplation awaits him while he heads over to the tunnel in the halftime. But right now, as things stand, Manipur has all the answers. They've got all the questions, and at the same time, they have the firm upper hand at the moment. There's a throw in now in favor of Manipur. He tries to take a long one, but Jharkhand does a decent job of controlling the possession in their favor. However, Manipur as well, pretty vigilant, keeping a keen eye on the movements of Jharkhand. Here's a chance again for Jharkhand to step up from the right. However, the opportunity. Well, here in for Jharkhand, an opportunity for him to try and unload an effort on goal, but a decent defending there from Manipur forces him out to take that far right wing and try and send in a cross. That's a lovely cross, but this time there wasn't any Jharkhand player to receive it and try and price out an opportunity from the same. Manipur once again on the prowl, on the offensive, but this time they are unable to control the ball as it rolls out of play. Gift Khan getting up from his bench knows that he's got the job done already. The margin seems way beyond the recognition of Jharkhand to try and create a comeback in the game. And the ball's back with Jharkhand now. Another long ball launched forward, but that first touch was slightly hefty there, allowing Manipur to recover grounds and eventually force Jharkhand out of contention. It was Naoma Mete. Naoma Mete is a man with some tremendous stamina. He goes up and he goes down. He never tires, he never exhausts. This moment you will see him attacking, and the very next moment he will be coming into the defense, going ahead and helping the defense in case of any opportunity that Jharkhand may try and sneak in against Manipur. And it was Naoma Mete who managed to send in that ball for a corner. A lovely cross comes floating in from the right for Jharkhand. However, the goalkeeper of Manipur, Haukip, leaping from his position and eventually palming it away for a throw in there. Jharkhand keeping Manipur slightly busy, but the problem is, it's a corner actually. It was not a throw in. So just to give you all a heads up, the problem with Manipur is, well, another brilliant corner comes floating in, but the Manipuri defense was on spot, and now it's a run there for Manipur. It's a captain, Subhash Singh Singham, an experienced campaigner in the echelons of Indian football. And now Manipur trying to drive from that left wing. However, this time it sails over. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give you another heads up there, match 12 live updates. Punjab has an early lead for themselves as they have secured a 1-0 lead against Himachal Pradesh through the feat of Rohit Sheikh. And Manipur, as things stand, well, they have rampaged over Jharkhand. Jharkhand simply being mere puppets right now in the middle of the field, nothing to show for. Even though the past few minutes they have actually tried and confined Manipur in their own half, they've forced them to create those missed passes or those long balls that really isn't of some great import. But nonetheless, that is not going to make the Manipuri defense budge. They'll need to create something significant, and the goalkeeper comes out of his line. Oh, that wasn't a decent clearance at all. He'll consider himself fortunate there, very, very fortunate. The goalkeeper was beaten by the line of the ball. He was beaten by the turn that came floating in, and eventually had to trade it away for a throw-in in favor of in Jharkhand. And now it's another throw-in for Jharkhand right now. They will be trying to build it forward again. Well, it's good to see that Jharkhand, despite that early slip-up, that's a corner actually, it's not a throw-in, so another opportunity for Jharkhand to try and test the Manipuri defense after that initial storm that was forged by Manipur. Right now, so far, Jharkhand has put up a decent outing. They are trying to force Manipur, or rather confine Manipur in their own half and fight with everything that they have up their sleeves. The lovely ball sent towards that far right, across comes in, but this time the goalkeeper of Manipur, Haukip, comes out of his line and comfortably collects it at the end of the day. Well, an attempt for Manipur to send a forward ball. It wasn't well directed either. However, it was intercepted midway by Jharkhand and traded away for a throw. And that's a lovely ball. That's a lovely 1-2 that was being played. And now Manipur keeps on driving from the right, sends in a brilliant cross. Wanted to go for a back flick, have created the space, but Jharkhand quickly recovering and clamping down on whatever leeway that Manipur had in their favor. And right now has an offensive of their own to look forward to. Another ball sent towards it far right, but slightly overweight. The punch had a bit too much sting in the ball, or the punch had a bit too much sting in it. That would have otherwise reached the Jharkhand player stationed onto the far right. It's another throw in here in favor of Jharkhand right now. They've done a decent job after trailing in the game, after trailing in those first 10 minutes by a staggering 3-goal margin. But what they have lacked is the perfection, is the execution that can place them well in contention of trying and pressing Manipur and or catching them off guard as well. Another long ball being sent from the right, however, it doesn't seem like Jharkhand will be reaching it at the end of the day. It's a very simple selection. The goalkeeper of Manipur coming out of a station and wrapping his gloves around the ball, making it another effort or another opportunity for Jharkhand going down as a waste. Another long ball being tested by Manipur, once again trying to test those wings, the wings that have so far produced wonders for them in the opening 10 minutes. But right now, after that initial salvo, after the initial gung-ho that was stitched by Manipur, things have somehow taken a back seat, and Manipur keeps on struggling to come out of that husk right now that they have been confined to. Jharkhand, on the contrary, have seemed a bit more effusive in the last 10 minutes and continues to send those forward balls, but they'll need a bit more precision in executing those passes, a bit more accuracy in sending those long balls forward, try and find a marksman who can get them that all-important first goal. Because the cushion right now that they have to cover, the deficit that they have to cover now, that's a brilliant piece of run there from Jharkhand, dribbling his way past a maze of Manipuri defenders. However, the Manipur defenders recovering it shortly, and a very tame cross coming in from the right from Jharkhand. Now the ball's back at the feet of the captain. Manipur on the prowl again. Well, that's a lovely piece of work. And now he drives from the right, sends in a brilliant cross, but it was slightly high for the player who was approaching it, and eventually it's going to be a throw-in now in favor of Manipur. Or rather, in favor of Jharkhand. Apologies for the same. A bit of a push there. However, Jharkhand successfully snatches the ball away from Manipur. And Manipur heads it away from their own danger zone. However, Jharkhand has done an excellent job of stealing it back. And now they go forward, an opportunity. However, a bit of a hefty touch there, but it actually most likely it came from a Manipuri defender, thereby making it actually a wonderful piece of defense, a pretty controlled move. And this is quite a run there, quite a chase between the goalkeeper and the Manipuri attacker, who was actually marauding for that chance if he could have reached it. The goalkeeper, however, showing some maturity there, forcing himself out of the line and timing his run to perfection, eventually staving away another Manipuri offensive. And it's a lovely cross, comes floating in from the right. Oh, he wanted to get in that quick minus, however, defended staunchly there by Jharkhand. And it's now a goal kick, however, for Jharkhand. So most likely the final touch came from a Manipuri player that has tipped the scales back in favor of Jharkhand. However, not a decent goal kick, falling at the feet of Manipur. Short passes being played. Comfortable short passes. No pressure right now from Jharkhand. Manipur once again trying that long ball, and this time they've done a brilliant job of winning the ball. Keeps the ball in possession with a lovely dribble down that left wing. Lets one fly, but this time straight into the arms of the goalkeeper of Jharkhand, Ankit Kujur. Standing tall under the woodwork and collecting it without any fuss. And sending in a long goal kick downtown in order to try and challenge the supremacy of Manipur. But this was the chance. A lovely dribble there, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Standing firmly under the woodwork now, learning from his preceding mistakes. Do not really want to consider any more goals. Want his team to try and sneak at least that opening goal for themselves. Maybe that will do them a world of good in terms of advantage. Takes a shot on the turn, however, didn't really have the space to put the required power behind the ball, and that rolled into the arms of the Manipuri goalkeeper. Ball's back at the feet of Manipur. However, this time an attempt to send in a forward pass was intervened there. This was the chance. Look at that. It's a lovely dribble there. Probably if he could have placed his shot slightly sideways, it could have forced a save or probably try and tested the goalkeeper. But it was such a straight effort that he stood there comfortably and eventually took a substantial catch. Another long ball there. Jharkhand chasing from the back, desperate to keep the ball in control. However, the ball rolls out of play, and it's a goal kick now in favor of Manipur. The referee deems the fact that the final touch did come off. Oh, actually, it's a throw in, so they believe that the ball, while they were trying to collect it from the sides, it already went out of play, so that was not going to count anywhere. A lateral pass being played between Manipur as they start the game again. They know that they have got the required goals in their favor. They'll try and increase that goal difference for themselves. They'll try and keep a clean sheet. That has been quite a challenge for the Manipuri defense so far. There will be specific objectives that they'll be now playing for. They have the goals. They don't have just one, but 3 goals. A margin that is staggering enough to create all sorts of doubt, to cast a shadow of doubts in the minds of the Jharkhand players. Now a scarring delivery once again sent forward towards that right wing. Manipur manages to keep the ball in their control, but Jharkhand puts in a crucial intervention. And once again, Jharkhand putting in some staunch defending and eventually snatching the ball away from Manipur. And also winning a free kick, as while the Manipur player was trying to steal the possession back, he ended up fouling the player on the run. A long ball being sent again. Jharkhand taking their time, just hoping for help to arrive. Because right now it seems that Manipur has the numerical supremacy when they are coming forward. Somehow Jharkhand is hesitant to come forward in numbers. But they are trailing by 3 goals and they'll have to show that urgency. And if they have to come back, they'll at least have to try and score a goal in the opening half itself. Manipur Does a brilliant job this time, and now they are trying to use that left wing to their advantage. An impeccable delivery. The ball stays at the feet of Manipur. However, the effort to twist and turn and sneak the ball past the melee of Jharkhand boots was not really successful, as Manipur has got the ball back in their favor again. But this was the chance. There was some excellent footwork there from the captain, Subhash Singh Singham, but once again unable to pull the trigger. 28 minutes in the clock as we are headed towards the final 15 minutes of regulation time. Jharkhand has so far been steamrolled by Manipur in terms of score, but in terms of game reading, the first 10 minutes belonged entirely to to Manipur. However, since then, Manipur has did manage to come forward in limited and spasmodic burst. We can see that the stadium is brimming with crowd. Well, we won't say that it's chock-a-block, but there are a lot of home fans all here at the Kuman Lampak main stadium on a bright Sunday afternoon to see their favorite team play. And as they have already got those important goals, those opening three goals, they are right now enjoying every bit of this game. A perfect Sunday, if we may say, until now, until the first half hour of the fixture. It's getting slightly scrappy in the midfield now, with both teams not really able to take categorical control of the midfield. They have tried for sure, but they have stuttered and stumbled. Things have been a bit too hasty. And just to give you all another heads up there, Punjab has doubled their lead, and this time it was through Abhishek Rattu, who scored in the 28th minute against Himachal Pradesh. Now this victory, or rather this lead, will be working out wonders for Punjab. The question is, can Manipur also keep their momentum intact at the top? They have the lead for themselves. They have a 3-0 cushion right now, and they will like to build further from here. They'll like to try and extend their goal difference at the top of the points table. However, this time before, the Manipuri attackers could have tried and do something at least. The flag was up. It was the Manipuri captain, Subhash Singh Singham, who was in pursuit of the ball. But the linesman had already flagged the fact that he was a mile offside, and hence he had to go back. A warning, a free kick in favor of Jharkhand. Oh, it's a lovely chance here. Almost an opportunity to try and test the Manipuri defense. But the goalkeeper first puts in a very tender touch, keeps the ball under control, and then in the second go, comfortably gobbled it up with his arms around the ball. And that's a crucial header, allowing Manipur to try and dart forward. And it is going to be a corner now in favor of Manipur. After a long time, they have managed to find an outlet. After a long time, they have managed to find an opportunity to try and launch a set piece. It's going to be Subhash Singh Singham to send in the cross from the right. Curls that cross in beautifully. The goalkeeper comes out this time and had his bases covered. An important connection with his palm, elevating it beyond the reach of the Manipuri attacker. And now it's a throw in favor of Manipur. Manipur taking their time, knowing the fact that they do not need to hurry. They can control the tempo and the narrative of the game. And a short throw taken in between Manipur, but Jharkhand does a decent job of snatching away the possession from Manipur. And right now, Manipur has also done a fine work of reclaiming the ball for themselves, and now sends in a delectable cross onto the right, keeps the ball in the hunt, tries to find some leeway of space, sends in that cross, but that was eluding everyone in the mix. There were a couple of Manipuri strikers, a couple of Jharkhand defenders. It was the captain of Manipur who sends in a brilliant cross, but it was not within the reach of anybody who was trying to snipe that from close range. Well, Jharkhand desperately right now trying to clear the danger lines, but at the moment they'll have to be disappointed because they have committed or conceded possession at a very critical juncture of the game. And a cross comes floating in from the right, an opportunity for Manipur to try and spear it into the back of the net, but they were unable to pick it on the move, and eventually the resultant effort went straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, who sends it forward, hoping for Jharkhand to once again restart another attack or maybe pursuit of another offensive. 33 minutes on the clock, another long ball, and Manipur doesn't really want to take a risk there, doesn't want to poke a header at all. As the ball bobbles up in front of the goalkeeper and is selected comfortably by Hauke. A decent ball sent forward, but headed clear of any peril on the horizon by Jharkhand. However, the possession is back with Manipur, and they have their required sentinels in the rear guard. Tries to send the ball forward, but it was intercepted by Jharkhand. And now this can be a lovely opportunity for Jharkhand to try and eke out something significant. But at the end of the day, poor connection in the center, a poor pass, eventually allowing Manipur to clinch the ball away from the opposition. And this time, the ball's on to the far left. There are 4 players of Manipur trying to sneak their way in to the opposition half, 2 waiting outside the box in case if a rebound comes knocking. However, right now they'll have a corner for themselves. It's a Manipuri captain again, Subhash Singh Singham, who will be trying the in-swinger this time. Floats that into the mix, but once again the goalkeeper of Jharkhand puts in a crucial save and a brilliant shot. But this time sailing over the woodwork. However, a Manipuri player is down at the moment and he'll need some medical attention. This was the shot. It's quite a substantial strike nonetheless, but couldn't keep it down. That could have at least forced the goalkeeper of Jharkhand to a test. Well, just while we are narrating the story between Manipur and Jharkhand, Punjab has extended their lead over Himachal Pradesh now by a staggering 3-goal margin, as Paramjeet Singh has found the back of the net as well. So it's Rohit Sheikh, Abhishek Rattu and Paramjeet Singh has managed to find the back of the net in favour of Punjab, making it somewhat of a mortifying outing in favour of Himachal Pradesh as their woes continue. The Highlanders are unable to get back into the game as Punjab runs riot in another game. And currently, as we stand here, it's Manipur who has been absolutely destructive, dominating, and continues to humiliate Jharkhand with their unsparing aggression at the moment. It's a lovely ball, controlled well, some decent footwork, some nifty ones in fact. Draws a couple of players behind and then sends it to their own defense. The ball's back at the feet of Manipur right now. And Jharkhand does a decent job of controlling it and try and drive forward, but they won't have much luck because they ended up fouling a Manipuri player. There's going to be now a free kick in favor of Manipur. Final 8 minutes of regulation time from the first half is coming up, and it has so far been an exciting contest. Definitely Manipur has been the dominant of the two sides that are in action right now, but Jharkhand has also showed the audacity, showed the grit to come forward, come knocking on the doors, force their opposition into somewhat of a defensive maneuver frequently after conceding those 3 goals early. That unreserved domination that Manipur had going their way was somehow checked. But now Manipur comes forward again, and this time another cross comes floating in from the right, but the goalkeeper was well placed to collect it as the effort didn't really have the required sting that they was looking forward to. It's a fine move there. Look at this chance. A picture-perfect cross. There was a player arriving as well, but it wasn't decent. Manipur once again comes knocking on the doors from the right. Can they get that number 4? Sends in a cross towards that far right. However, the arriving player of Manipur was unable to get a connection towards that, and it eventually went out of play. This was a phenomenal stuff from Naoba Meite. And there comes the cross. And that wasn't really a well-collected delivery for Manipur. It went out of play after a very feeble and haywire touch from the Manipuri attacker, giving away a goal kick in favor of Jharkhand. 38 minutes on the clock, and as things stand, Manipur has a 3-goal cushion for themselves, and they are dominating the fixture imperiously. Well, in Jharkhand at the moment has somewhat been a shadow chaser, and whatever opportunities that they have come forward knocking on the doors with, they haven't been that categorical, they haven't been that assertive. It can definitely be termed as opportunities, but missed passes in front of the goal and then lack of power. This could have been a deadly movement had the goalkeeper been beaten. Manipur does a fine job of doing that, but the defender putting in a crucial foot in order to deny the opposition. And now the ball's back in favor of Jharkhand. Sends a forward ball, tries to create that 1-2. Eventually gets successful. Sends in a scarring cross from the right, but straight into the arms of the Manipuri custodian without any fuss whatsoever. Jharkhand once again trying to control that midfield, trying to snatch away the possession from Manipur in the midfield. And it was advantage being played. However, Jharkhand really couldn't keep it in control. If they could have, they probably could have unloaded an effort on target, and that is exactly why the referee gave away the advantage. However, we'll try and confirm had it been a free kick that has been awarded now in favor of Jharkhand. It's a throw-in actually. A short throw taken, and eventually that long ball once again being sent into the opposition box. Nobody to chase, nobody to press, and the Manipuri defense, the Manipuri goalkeeper will keep on collecting them all day long because it doesn't bother them. A bit of a desperation, a bit of a heated altercation between two players. The referee quickly rushing out there to avert any kind of heated exchange, because that is important. It's understandable that the weather is pretty much on the higher side. The temperature is pretty much on the higher side, considering the fact that they are playing on a Sunday afternoon, despite Manipur being a chilling place, being a pretty cold place. At the end of the day, when you play football for 90 minutes, it's not really easy for you to keep your temper throughout the game. But it's good to see that any kind of possible altercation has been avoided with the timely intervention of the referee. And now it's a free kick in favor of Manipur. Then we have Raman Singh on the ball. Try to send in a teasing pass. That's a lovely receive. Well connected, well collected as well. But the destiny that was set for the ball in order for one of the Manipuri players to receive it in the box, that was refuted by an alert Jharkhand defense. "42 minutes into the clock, and we still have 3 minutes of regulation time action coming over before we head into the additional minutes. There have been quite a few stoppages. There have been 3 goals. There have been a few celebrations and a couple of injuries as well. So I believe it won't be surprising if they choose to add quite a few minutes to the regulation time. Now that's another ball that is being sent to the player stationed at the far right, and Jharkhand does well to receive the ball, but he'll need help It's not easy for him to get that cross going. And now Manipur put in a dashing dive towards the end, just hoping that they could have collected the ball cleanly, and they actually do. So it's now going to be throw in here in favor of Manipur. 43 minutes in the clock, 2 minutes to go from regulation time. It has been a pretty happening half so far, with 3 goals being scored by Manipur, and then Jharkhand and Manipur both throwing some hefty haymakers at each other, trying to test the spirit and the mettle. Manipur has mainly been on the attacking stride, wherein Jharkhand has had a bit of both. They've come forward knocking on the doors, but the knocks weren't that loud enough that Manipur would have been forced to open the doors. However, going by Manipur's attacks, they have came prowling, they have came converging upon that opposition goal, a staggering 3 times, and all 3 of them has went into the back of the net, leaving Jharkhand with a bitter taste in mouth in the first 10 minutes of the fixture. Here's a free kick now. Sends in towards the goal. Actually, it's a good piece of goalkeeping there from the Manipuri custodian. And trying to keep the ball under control with some fancy bit of footwork. Does it in a pretty decent manner, but at the end of the day, he was fouled by the Jharkhand player, eventually gifting away a free kick in favor of Manipur. Look at this cross, or look at this free kick. It was a lovely free kick, to be honest. The goalkeeper had to time his jump to perfection. Otherwise, that could have been another catastrophic move there. Can Manipur keep the ball alive? Well, no. It will now be a throw-in in favor of Jharkhand. And as we say this, 45 minutes of regulation time has been over and 2 minutes have been added on. Sends in a forward ball and tries to stitch together a cross. Now that can be a costly howler, an opportunity. Trying his luck from range, and indeed ended up rattling the woodwork. However, at the end of the day, the ball didn't go into the back of the net as it was rebounded by the woodwork. The goalkeeper was beaten completely. This has been a recurrent motive for Manipur. They have conceded goals as well, other than the fact that they have scored it well. And just a few moments back, Jharkhand came banging on the door, let one fly, let a peach fly rather. Unfortunate, however, they were separated by the woodwork in position. Not a decent cross. We're into the final minute of the first half. And Jharkhand twists and turns, trying to register another enterprise on goal. Manipur keeps on driving and keeps the possession between themselves. Jharkhand, on the contrary, keeps on cheesing the opposition without much avail. Another lovely long ball being sent forward. Manipur stays in the hunt, and that should be the end of the first half as the whistle goes off. It has been an entertaining first half that witnessed 3 goals in favor of Manipur, wherein Jharkhand came close on a couple of occasions, but couldn't find the back of the net, and will have a very vertiginous mountain to climb while they come out in the second half, trying to test their opposition. This was the moment just at the cusp of halftime. It was a swashbuckling hit going past the diving extent of the goalkeeper of Manipur. He was beaten actually. But once again, it did take a very vicious dip, but at the end of the day, the dip wasn't enough for the ball to find the back of the net. There's a confirmation of the scoreline at the end of the halftime. Kishan Singh got them that opener. Carrick managed to find the second goal of the day, wherein it was Ronald Singh making it 3-0 in favor of Jharkhand. We'll try and showcase you the stats of the fixture. Here it is: 62% ball possession for Manipur, 38 for Jharkhand, 7 shots for Manipur, 3 for Jharkhand, 4 on target for Manipur, 1 for, rather 3. Apologies for the same. 4 on target for Manipur, 1 on target for Jharkhand, 3 corners for Manipur, and 3 corners for Jharkhand as well. 2 fouls have been committed by both, and no cards have yet been shown. And these stats were brought to you live by the official broadcasting partner of the Manipuri leg of Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy, and that is Sports KPI. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll return shortly with the second half of the contest. Do not go anywhere, for it's just a matter of moments before we return with another exciting half of football.
Come on, get in, players, get in. Get in inside. Yeah, 1 minute. Huh? 1 minute left. ठीक है, चल. हाँ, ऐसे नंबर 5 only. हाँ.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the second half of the contest between Jharkhand and Manipur. As things stand, Manipur has secured an early 3-0 lead in the first 10 minutes of the game. And ever since then, they have been somewhat silent, somewhat been reticent. And Jharkhand did manage to come on the forefront, but not really create significant chances for themselves. Just in the cusp of half time, they unloaded a sizzling effort that rattled against the woodwork and rebounded. And now on your screen, the team that will be attacking from the right to the left are the hosts of the Manipuri leg of Hero 76th NFC Santosh Trophy Manipur. Well, and on your screen, the team bedecked in green and will be trying desperately to fight back is Jharkhand. A short pass being played. A couple of decent controlled passes there from Jharkhand. But before Jharkhand could have actually posed some serious threat onto the Manipuri defense, onto the Manipuri rear guard, the men in white were cool and composed and snatched away the possession from the opposition. Just to give you all a quick heads up, the match 12, live updates coming in from match 12, where Punjab still latches on to their 3-0 cushion over Himachal Pradesh. And Manipur, as things stand, they are comfortably placed right now. They do not have any kind of urgency, at least to try and test Jharkhand, because the cushion is emphatic. The cushion is kind of staggering that they have at the moment. A 3-goal cushion is something beyond the reach of any team, but nonetheless, this is football. It's a very unpredictable game, and things can change at any point in time. Now, before Manipur was about to lay claim to the same, a timely intervention from Jharkhand forces it out. And now a goal kick. However, it wasn't well taken or controlled. It flew out of bounds. Taking their time right now, Manipur. Not trying to hurry, not trying to disrupt the current tempo of the fixture. As the current tempo of the fixture stands, Manipur is definitely in the driver's seat. They have a 3 goal lead for themselves. Wherein Jharkhand, well, they are still desperate to find the back of the net, even for one time. They came close, yes, but coming close won't really be helping them in achieving their goal. They will try and have to keep on the pressure. They'll have to try and disrupt the goalkeeper of Manipur. They'll have to try and test him, try and test the Manipuri defense if they are to enforce themselves. That's a lovely long ball there. The goalkeeper came out of his line, and the referee has blown the whistle there. There was a Jharkhand player who was prowling for the ball, almost managed to sneak a header. But then the goalkeeper of Manipur, look at this. While he was trying to collect it on the first go, he ended up taking a headbutt onto his ribs and he's down, contorting in pain. We'll try and show you what exactly happened here. He went for the ball clearly, but now this is the thing. If the goalkeeper is going for the ball clinically, then it becomes kind of difficult for the goalkeeper to keep track of his surroundings because all his focus, his entire focus, remains on the ball. So that ends up or that leads to injuries. Unfortunate ones, but nonetheless injuries. And it's good to see that the goalkeeper is back on his feet. Didn't really have to be tested, like he was just tested once so far, or rather, this was the second time that he had to dart out of his line in order to keep his citadel intact. On the cusp of the first half, there was a lovely chance that was created by Jharkhand, trying their luck from range and unloading an absolute belter, only for the ball to clatter onto the woodwork and eventually bounce off. Wherein just a few moments ago, a long ball comes floating in from Jharkhand that was sent from the midfield, and eventually it was the goalkeeper who came out, who charged out of his line, and without caring for anything, went ahead and clear the danger lines. Now Manipur once again trying to use that right wing to their advantage. Well, this time they will be losing the ball. However, they'll be winning the corner as well for themselves. Gift Rekhan having a very keen eye on the proceedings. He will not be happy with the fact that Manipur hasn't created those significant chances that they were pulling off in the first few minutes. The cross comes floating in from the right. The pretty emaciated effort, actually, an attempt to get in for a side volley. However, it didn't really have the required punch behind it, and it was an easy collection at the end of the day for the goalkeeper, who traded it away for a throw in favor of Jharkhand, or rather in favor of Manipur. It's a lovely attempt there by Naoba Mate. He actually didn't go to the arms of the goalkeeper. It was the Jharkhand defense putting in another staunch shift, another staunch block with his head, and eventually denying Manipur from coming forward for the fourth time. And a lovely ball that has been sent towards the right. But it seems that Jharkhand will now have to be content with a free kick awarded against them because while they were trying, this was quite a race on that right wing. Look at this. I believe there was a slight push involved that swept him off his feet, and eventually this is a free kick from a pretty dangerous juncture. An opportunity for Manipur to try and launch a delivery into the mix that can get them that all-important fourth goal, that can re-establish the imperious domination that they have managed to stitch right from the word go of the contest. Well, it was a short free kick taken. They are setting themselves up for that shot, but the resultant effort was a pretty bleak one, as he couldn't really power it to glory that was expected of him. He eventually went for the grounder, hoping that the player waiting in front of the goal could actually try and nudge it home, because that would have taken the goalkeeper by surprise. However, the ball had a bit too much pace on it, and it eventually rolled out of bounds in order to give a goal kick.
to Jharkhand. This was the chance. A grounder effort, actually. Just hoping that the player who was right in front of the goal, almost point blank range, he needed to nudge it home from that. But he didn't really reach the ball at all. And now Jharkhand has a chance of building forward from there. Can they keep the ball in their control? Well, it seems like they won't be. Back at the feet of Jharkhand. And a lovely long ball sent forward, and the goalkeeper, however, keeping a track, keeping a tab of affairs there, charging out of his line and comfortably wrapping his gloves around the ball, snuffing out what possible peril could have actually knocked on the doors, even if it's by a very minimal margin. And now Manipur on the surge again. This time they're trying to use that left wing. Sends it forward. Keeps the ball in their control. That's a brilliant ball sent forward. He keeps it alive. It's a captain who keeps it alive. Dribbles past his marker emphatically, however. Quick arrival of help there from the Jharkhand defense. Forces him out of the possession. And now it's a goal kick in favor of Jharkhand. That's some decent footwork there from Jharkhand. Resilient and pretty much of the mentality, of the hardcore mentality that they are not going to give up that easily. The battle for the possession continue. They're a bit of a scrappy affair now between Manipur and Jharkhand. Both the teams just trying to control the possession in the midfield and occasionally sending those long deliveries forward. Maybe knock on the doors for a few times. 53 minutes in the clock, and this has been a pretty eventful first half. But the second half has started where the first half finished. The attacks haven't been that concrete, the attacks haven't been that great. It has been pretty difficult for both the sides to try and break open the doors that have been in place. Just to give you all a reminder, Jharkhand does have an exquisite firepower in their ranks, so maybe if they choose to unleash it, maybe they can try and come forward. Maybe they can try knocking on the doors to at least challenge the Manipuri supremacy. It is not going to be an easy task, especially with the crowd or with one stand of the stadium being filled to the rafters and the Manipuri crowd really enjoying a brilliant display from Manipur on a fine Sunday afternoon, maybe evening if you would say that. But as things would have it, Manipur still has the lead. There's a player down and who's receiving medical treatment. Well, the player's still down, and it's good to see that he's back on his feet. It's going to be a free kick now in favor of Jharkhand. They'll take their time again. Somehow, their strategy for the game hasn't really been so. Ideally, if you have if you've followed Manipur's matches so far in this tournament, well, before I go there, that was a lovely ball. A cross come knocking on the doors and an attempted header there. However, couldn't really keep it on target. It sails over the woodwork by Whiskers, but nonetheless, it was an emphatic chance there for Manipur. Brilliant header, a glancing enterprise on the goal, and a picture perfect cross coming in from the free kick for Manipur. That was some display of accuracy after a long time. Will Jharkhand stage a counter blast from here, or will they be slowly consumed by the ticking seconds of time? Where every passing second they feel helpless, with every passing second they seem like a mere spectator to the sudden advances of Manipur. And now, while Manipur was trying to collecting the ball, or trying to collect the ball, there was a bit of a push from the back, a bit of a hasty affair, a bit of a hasty exchange in the midfield, forcing the referee to give away a free kick now in favor of Manipur. And now a lovely ball sent forward, and it's fallen at the feet of the Manipuri captain Subhash Singh Singham. Another emphatic race between Subhash and the defender. However, Subhash will have to be disappointed here because the referee deems that while he was trying to collect the ball, he ended up pushing the player. And that was not really a decent challenge. It was pretty cumbersome at the end of the day. He lost the ball, and by the time he could recover, that was actually a foul. A free kick now for Jharkhand. Both sides, especially Jharkhand, are willing to put their foot on the accelerator, but the kind of attacks that has been stitched by Manipur has actually forced them to keep a lion's share of their players in their own half. And that is where all the problem lies. If you want a goal going for yourself, you'll need the numbers. But right now, Manipur wanted to get an opportunity. What a stunning strike. But at the end of the day, ended up hammering the woodwork. A brilliant, brilliant chance for Manipur. Did beat the goalkeeper significantly, and so was the defense. Marauding down that central channel, Nahoma Mate, and lets one go drilling towards that far post. Unfortunate, however, smashes the post and would have to stay content with the fact that it was just a brilliant effort. That is why Jharkhand will always have to be careful. They cannot take their eyes off the game even for a second. A moment of concentration lapse, and they may be staring at a void that's deeper than what they are right now. But by the time the rebound did fall in at the feet of the Manipuri player, he was already overrunning that. Look at that placement. Absolutely gilded stuff. Naoba Mate once again showcasing his class, doing the heavy lifting for Manipur, and also almost on the brink of getting them that fourth goal. They've been trying hard to get that fourth goal, but somehow fortune hasn't been with them, and they have also been slightly hesitant in going forward with all their players. So as we head towards the 60th minute mark, it's still 3-0 in favor of Manipur. And Jharkhand, while they keep on trying desperately, while they try and innovate something of their own, while they try and test the Manipuri rear guard with everything that they have in their ranks, right now it doesn't seem like that they have what it takes to beat the resolute Manipuri rear guard. Another lovely ball sent forward by Manipur. Can Manipur keep it alive in their favor? Well, it doesn't seem like they will. It's a throw in nonetheless for them. Decent piece of work there, kind of a physical tussle, pushing away his marker significantly. Now a long throw being taken in. A back flick comes in and a swipe of a shot from the captain, but he couldn't really keep it down and ended up skying it. This was quite a lovely opportunity. If you take a close look at the shot, he kind of swiped it from that range. It needs a lot of guts to go ahead and pull off such stunts, but that is why Manipur is so dangerous. They are not hesitant in pulling off these stunts. They are not hesitant in pulling off these antics that has seen them leaving their opposition, reeling in agony quite frequently. It's a throw in now in favor of Manipur here. Just waiting for their help to arrive, just waiting for their players to come and take positions. Jharkhand in the midway has actually intercepted the ball and wanted to go forward, but Manipur does a decent job of snatching it away and play it back to their goalkeeper. Not a decent pass, however, while he was sending it forward to the goalkeeper. He'll have to be a bit more careful. They have to put a bit more power onto the ball, otherwise it can be waylaid almost close to the net, almost close to the post. And actually, Manipur has conceded goals like this, so they'll have to be a bit more careful. What we'll be doing, Downs, right now in their chalkboard is how they can manage to price out a clean sheet from this game. And that's a lovely ball, however, before the player could have actually went for that run, it was straight at the feet of an advancing Jharkhand goalkeeper, Ankit Kujar. And now another cross comes floating in from the right. Manipur's back on the ball. Can they keep the possession alive? They do actually. And they can now stitch a few balls forward.
Give me the ball.
The ball's back at the feet of Manipur again. Another long ball being sent in, tantalizing the opposition goalkeeper and the defenders. However, this time before Manipur could have laid claim to it, the flag was already up, saying that there was a bit of a push involved that wasn't really by the rules and regulations that were laid previously, eventually gifting away a free kick in favor of Jharkhand. All these box-to-box opportunities that have so far been created by Jharkhand hasn't really seen the light of the day. They've come close, yes, but they have failed to convert. And until you convert, no matter how many times you are foraying into the opposition half, at the end of the day, it won't count. There's a twin substitution lined up for Manipur at the moment. The cross goes a bit too far than to his liking. And Jharkhand does a decent job of putting in an all-important feat, hooking it out. And now actually take it in their favor and drive forward. There's a Manipur player who's down, and Jharkhand is not willing to stop. However, the pass it was expected to be a pass forward, but it ended up being a lateral pass, and it went a million miles away from the player, forcing him to go into a sideway retreat instead of collecting it and try and force themselves upon Manipur. These are the small nitty-gritty. Here's the confirmation of the change here. Vidya Chandra coming in, wherein Roman Singh have been going out. There's another substitution also lined up. We'll quickly confirm. And here it is. Samson coming in front of Kishan Singh Thongja. And there's another player down who will need a bit of medical attention.
Stretcher.
Well, here's another substitution that has been happening. And a twin substitution here for Manipur, hoping now to bolster their defense. Also occasionally try and probe Jharkhand with a couple of moves of their own, because they have the speed on the wings, they have the fire in their eyes, and they can actually try and put forth those all-important opportunities that can get them sailing forward. And here's another update that is coming out from the other match. The score still remains 3-0 between Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. It was Rohit Sheikh who got them that opening goal, and then Abhishek Rattu and Paramjeet Singh managed to double their lead. And here's the substitution. It was actually impacted by Manipur. Manipur's desperate extension of the foot in order to get the ball didn't really result in much. But Jharkhand apparently can send the ball forward. Did try, but was denied by the Manipur defense, towering in front of the marauding Jharkhand unit. And probably the profligacy by Jharkhand, the lack of cohesion in their attacking unit, has somehow helped Manipur, or rather has made it easy for Manipur to stay alive in this fixture without much troubles coming their way. And that's a fine touch of a head. Yeah, the ball stays with Manipur, but not a decent back flick. Manipur does a decent job, and that's a brilliant ball. Dribbling from the left, an opportunity sends across, but repelled away by an alert Jharkhand defense. And now Jharkhand just trying to clear their danger lines. Does it momentarily. Sends a pass. Recovers well, Jharkhand. But Manipur does a decent job of snatching it back, but only for the ball to roll out of bounds as a throw in now. This was a brilliant, brilliant chance. Look at that cross. There was a player arriving, but nonetheless, he couldn't really convert. Here's another opportunity for Manipur, or rather for Jharkhand. Apologies again. However, the ball had too much weight behind it, and it was at the end of the day pretty simple for the goalkeeper to come out and collect it, snuffing out another opportunity, snuffing out another enterprise for Jharkhand. But there was a bit of a push there in the center. The Manipuri captain Subhash Singh Singham is definitely not happy with the decision. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, it's a referee's decision that would remain final. So no matter how much he argues, it's not going to work out in their favor. Medical help is arrived into the center, just taking care of the fact that the player is doing all right. The Jharkhand player who actually took a knock at the moment. And here's a free kick now in favor of Jharkhand. A pretty decent position to launch into the box, actually. Just fathoming the range. Maybe mapping a few options in their head. We have seen the ball going into the back of the net from such range. Maybe not from a set piece, but definitely from open play. And a fierce strike comes knocking in. However, that was way off target as the ball sailed over the woodwork, keeping things intact at 3-0 in favor of Manipur. And now the ball has restarted in favor of Manipur, stitching together the short passes, just hoping to assert their domination further. A lovely long ball being sent, and that's a crucial header, but a bit too much weight on it. That would force the ball out of bounds, eventually going out of play. And the chasing captain of Manipur won't really be reaching it, imparting a throw in favor of Jharkhand now. Here's an opportunity now for Manipur, trying to drive from that, or rather for Jharkhand, trying to drive from that left wing. Looking for that cross to come in from the left, but not too much avail. It's now a corner in favor of Jharkhand here. They're all set to whip that in, however, they takes a short one and eventually whips it into the box, however. The Manipuri defense stands tall again and heads it clear out of any danger lines. Throw in now in favor of Jharkhand. As time is passing by, they're slowly relinquishing the momentum that they have. They've fought actually, but they have just failed to register their efforts on the goal. They have failed to force Manipur coming forward to defend their opportunities. It's been too easy for Manipur as Jharkhand has not yet pressed. Their efforts from the long range, their efforts to send in those cheeky passes in front of the goal have worked wonders, but at the end of the day, none of them could have been steered into the back of the net. And now it's a pretty scrappy affair in the midfield. Both the teams not just resorting to the aerial route, not interested in creating something on the ground. The short passes are usually dwindling, wherein the long passes, the Route 1 brand of football, becoming a lot more prevalent. Wherein both the teams just wants to go for that long balls, hoping to spray them in the opposition half, allowing them a chance or two. And that's a lovely piece of work there from Manipur. Space to send in a cross. The cross comes in, but it took a deflection off a Jharkhand player and eventually rolls into the arms of the goalkeeper. There's a ball that's sent onto the far right. And here's an opportunity for Jharkhand. Goes for a header, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper again. No harm done. They did try actually to try and find the back of the net with, or rather through a header. But at the end of the day, it was an extremely emaciated effort, ending up submitting it into the gloves of the goalkeeper who was stationed right under the woodwork in the central line. And now this can be a very wonderful opportunity for Manipur as they keep on dribbling past that left wing. However, before they could have sent it forward or laterally, Jharkhand pulls off a brilliant defensive move there, forcing the opposition to be ousted of the possession. And the ball's back with Jharkhand again. It's another long ball being sent. The long balls have been a persistent story of the game. It has been a recurrent motive. Now another twin substitution here happening in favor of Jharkhand. 18 minutes remaining on the clock. Do they have what it takes to register a miracle for the ages in the ongoing Hero 76th NFC Santosh Trophy? And only time shall reveal the answer, but as the context of the game goes, it's very difficult for them with the kind of football that has been played by Manipur. Here's a confirmation. Sanjay Murmu comes in, wherein Bosain Murmu was taken off. That's a decent piece of header. Midway, just trying to trade it away from the path. Here's another substitution that happened. Vimal Kumar coming in, wherein Shankar Rao went out. Now here's a lovely chance for Manipur. Quickly twists and turns, tries to keep the ball in control. He took a bit too long in order to control the ball. Maybe he could have driven a bit forward. That could have allowed them a better opportunity to try and unload an effort. But nonetheless, Manipur is back on the hunt again. Now they're trying to use that left wing. Help is arriving. Help's arrived. Sends in a lovely cross, but this time the goalkeeper of Jharkhand coming out of a station and eventually catching it comfortably at the end of the day. It's a throw in now in favor of Jharkhand, in favor of Manipur actually. But this was the chance. It was a lovely run from the left. And the cross comes in. Probably a bit more involvement was expected from the player who was stationed in front of the goal. But at the end of the day, he didn't really commit to the same. As the goalkeeper at the end of the day had a comfortable collection, making it pretty simple. There's a chance for Jharkhand trying to sneak that opportunity from the right, looking around for some help. That has been always a question mark for Jharkhand. They have not got the help that they wanted. It's a lovely long ball, however. It'll be right at the feet of the goalkeeper of Jharkhand, who will have it easy and eventually roll it back towards its own player. And now we head towards the final 15 minutes of regulation time of the contest. After the first 10 minutes of madness, there's been a pretty reticent affair with both sides coming forward on the lookout. But eventually, the number of chances, the quality of chances weren't that great. Here's another chance, but Manipur defense absolutely alert and ensuring the fact that the ball didn't really roll out to Jharkhand's feet. They didn't really steal the possession. This is a lovely long ball once again. Manipur trying to use that right wing, sends in a cross, takes a shot, but drags it wide. An opportunity for Manipur nonetheless. Almost on the brink of finally finding that fourth goal after effort after effort after effort. A sumpter strike nonetheless, but couldn't really place it on target. Had the power, had the intention, but the execution was slightly off his element. But nonetheless, it took a deflection, and it's a corner, a short corner taken. Will the cross come floating in? Well, actually, right now, no. The cross comes in. Eventually, there's a player trying to arrive at that far right, but that was miles away. Now, here's an opportunity again. Well, Jharkhand not really doing justice at the moment. They are being tested, and goal number 4. Howlers after howlers. Had Shakespeare been here, he would have definitely called it a comedy of errors, forcing Jharkhand to eventually concede that fourth. Manipur kept on knocking on the doors, and eventually those thuds started getting louder. The goalkeeper had to take something better than that. He eventually charged out of his line with the hope that maybe he can prune down the angle and stop Subhash Singh Singham from scoring that fourth. But Subhash, knowing his experience, knowing his stature, knowing the fact that he's a seasoned campaigner who stayed witness to several glistening wars of Indian football, he was never going to miss that. And Manipur has definitely sealed the bragging rights emphatically now. Here's the confirmation. It's Subhash Singh Singham with the fourth goal, the captain of Manipur. And Jharkhand has definitely been put out of the contention. They tried hard, but at the end of the day, as we keep on saying, when you're defending, you have to defend with everything. A moment of a moment of concentration lapse can cost you heftily, and that is exactly what happened in case of Jharkhand. All the goalkeeper needed to do was just take that aerial route, try and send it beyond the reach of Manipur. But at the end of it all they could do, or all this goalkeeper could have done, was eventually stitch an emasculated pass that was pounced upon and then turned towards the back of the net by a seasoned Subhash Singh Singham. 78 minutes on the clock, and as things stand, Manipur have definitely backed the bragging rights of the fixture until there is a heroic turnaround of affairs. And if that happens, it's going to be a seminal fixture in the antiquity of Santosh Trophy. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like, because it's Manipur who's on the lookout again. Does a decent job, plays 1-2 between them, keeping the possession firmly. And just while we were saying this, it isn't just Manipur who got that fourth goal, but Punjab has also got that fourth as Abhishek Rattu netted his brace. So the two top teams are duking it out with all their blazing livery. Punjab securing a 4-0 lead right now against Himachal Pradesh, wherein Manipur are running riot against Jharkhand at the Kuman Lampak main stadium. A cross being attempted, taking their time. Ladies and gentlemen, also let me remind you that this contest is brought to you live. Rather, the Manipuri leg of Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy is brought to you live by the official broadcasting partner of the tournament, that is SportsKPI. So do not forget to also check them out. Do like, share, and subscribe if you like the content that we have been bringing in. We have been covering a lot of football across the globe. And at the same time, we've been covering a lot of football across the nation as well. So definitely do not forget to keep an eye on what we are bringing forth. And that is why we request you to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. But now coming back to the game again, it is Manipur who keeps on taking a stroll in the park. Occasionally sends those long ball, hoping their players to try and create a chance like this one. Sends the ball forward, not really well controlled, and now sends it towards it far left. Takes a shot on the turn, just trying to test their luck. But that was not an easy shot to finish. It was the captain again. Well, we know that he has a lot of weapons in his armament, so maybe he was not wrong in trying to go for that shot on the volley. It was a pretty low one actually, but he ended up powering it overtly, and the ball sailed over the woodwork. Another long ball there for Jharkhand. The defender quickly realizing if he had to let the ball away for the goalkeeper, maybe the Jharkhand striker would have actually got at the end of it. So he very timely puts a foot and eventually cuts the ball short, allowing Manipur to try and attack from the back.
18, 14. No, those 18, 14.
A desperate effort there from Jharkhand to try and keep the ball under their control, but Manipur is not going to let that happen until and unless Jharkhand is actually snatching it away. And here's another twin substitution happening for Manipur. We'll quickly confirm who are the ones who are coming off. So definitely it's Subhash Singh Singham who will be coming off as he headed over to try and hand over the captain's man. And there Subhash goes out. What a game he's had. Scored an important goal and definitely a phenomenal one actually. The ball's back with Manipur again, and Jharkhand's desperation won't get them anywhere because the pass remains at the feet of Manipur. A bit of a scrappy piece of football. And now a desperate race there from Manipur won't really be helping their cause. It's going to be a throw in favor of Jharkhand. Jharkhand has nevertheless actually fought hard, but they have been miles away from the woodwork. They have been miles away from the back of the net. A destination that could have actually brought them back. Here's the confirmation. It's Sigumang Danjul who came in for Singham Subhash Singh. However, before we get to that, a cross comes floating in from the left for Jharkhand, but it has been taken care of by Manipur. And here's another confirmation. Shomishon Shirak came in for Maling Bangman. This is a lovely run there for Manipur, just trying to assess a few options of their own, waiting for some help to arrive. And it has arrived, and they are comfortable in playing those back passes because they are in no hurry to actually drive forward. They have the time to try and invoke Manipur from their own half. So until and unless Manipur presses higher than what they are doing right now, I don't think, or rather Jharkhand presses higher than what they are doing at the moment, I don't think that Manipur will actually stitch a different brand of football altogether.
Right side.
With timely intervention again from Jharkhand, but that doesn't mean that they'll get to keep the possession at their feet. And now a lovely ball being sent on to that left wing. Manipur keeps it alive. Takes a bit of a shimmy, sends across towards that far right, but well taken care of by a leaping Jharkhand defender. And now plays it front again. Final 5 minutes of the regulation time of the game coming forward, and now Manipur's back on the ball. But this time they do not really want to speed forward. They want to play those lateral passes, hoping for Jharkhand to try and come out, create those small pockets of spaces that'll actually help them dominate the game with an iron fist. Well, they have actually done that, and now they just want to bolster their vice upon Jharkhand.
19 and 20.
Now, while we say this, let me remind you all there's an incredible final day fixture coming up, and these two teams who are right now ruling the roost in Group 6 will be coming face to face. So if you have had your own share of joy and thrill from this fixture, believe me, the major thrill is yet to arrive, as both the teams hope, or rather the two top teams of Group 6, try and find a way out. So on the final day, we have Manipur taking on Punjab in the opening fixture of the day. That is going to be somewhat of a grand finale of the Group 6. Two teams who will be willing to put everything on the line to clinch that group ace. Wherein we also have Chandigarh taking on Himachal Pradesh in the afternoon encounter that is scheduled to happen at the Kuman Lampak main stadium. The danger still not gone, and goal number 5 took his time, saw the goalkeeper coming out of his line, and eventually hammers it into the back of the net. A picture perfect finish, and a twin substitution happening there for Jharkhand. The goalkeeper being changed, and this game is now just not beyond the recognition of Jharkhand, but it's Nauba Meite with a pile driver, with a thunderous pile driver, and eventually rattling the back of the net, making it 5-0 in favor of Manipur. And Jharkhand has completely been blown apart by the hosts. There were no match for the hosts, who have now comfortably slotted themselves at the top of the Group 6 until they meet Punjab on the final day. That is going to be a cracking encounter. Here's the confirmation, Nauba Meite with goal number 5 in favor of Manipur. Cool and composed passes, stealing away those crucial seconds. Final 2 minutes of regulation time. There's a lovely ball that's being sent towards that far left. He manages to keep the ball under control. It's Nauba Meite, the goal scorer again. He's had a phenomenal Santosh trophy so far. And as he continues to spark his brilliance, spray the opposition with goals and strikes from range, his team will definitely be hoping for him to emulate a similar kind of performance when they come knocking on the doors against the juggernauts of this group. Here's a chance! And eventually Jharkhand, after all the huff and puff, after all the salvo, has managed to find the back of the net. It was a decent team goal nonetheless, a fine 1-2 and a very composed finish. The Manipuri defense going for a stroll there, completely unaware of the number of players, the number of Jharkhand players who was waiting in front of the goal, and eventually pays the price. And all the aggression and all the half-hearted attempts that Manipur, or rather that Jharkhand kept on stitching together into the opposition half, has finally yielded a very slender dividend. It won't really be going ahead and creating paradigm shifts in the fabric of the fixture, but at the end of the day, at least they'll take some heart from the fact that all the salvo that they have managed to stitch, all the aggression that they have actually shown, even though not in the very assertive form or even in an assertive incarnation, at least they have managed to find the back of the net once, stealing a crucial goal for themselves. It will not do any changes in terms of the group table. It will also not do any changes in the momentum of the game. But nonetheless, a consolation strike is always welcome. And 13 seconds left for the regulation time to come to a conclusion at the Kuman Lampak main stadium. Does Jharkhand have it in them to try and force a second goal? If they can, maybe Manipur will now have to be a bit more cautious, because their defense has been all over the place. And here's a substitution happening. If they are unable to seal that defense has actually conceded a lot of goals, and they'll have to be a bit more careful when it comes to dealing with the bigger sides of the tournament. So far, they had not yet been put to the sterner test, and hence, when they will be, these small chinks in the armor of Manipur can turn into a major headache for the men in white, or for the hosts. Manipur continues to stall the offensives of Jharkhand right now. That's a lovely ball. The flag has stayed down basically. This can be goal number 6, and eventually it's the goalkeeper who puts in a stunning save to deny Manipur. And just to give you all a heads up of another fixture that's unfurling right now at the ESU Stadium, Punjab has extended their lead to a 5 goal cushion now. Punjab 5, Himachal Pradesh 0, wherein coming live from the Kuman Lampak main stadium on the official YouTube channel of Sports KPI is Manipur and Jharkhand, wherein Manipur has secured a 5-1 lead in their favor and will like to extend it 6 minutes of additional time. Well, there were a lot of stoppages for sure. Has a bit of a decent run, sends in a lovely cross, but eventually this time the goalkeeper showcasing his aquiline reflexes, coming to the fore in order to stall the downfall of Manipur, or rather, in order to stall the downfall of Jharkhand for another time. They've conceded 5 goals, and this is good football actually. Being aware of your teammates' positions, but at the end of the day, you'll have to be a bit more active. That is what Manipur has done. They've been pretty active. They've managed to stitch together their passes. Here's another scarring delivery onto that far right. Manipur keeps the ball in their control, takes a turn, lets one fly, but ends up jamming the shot straight at the waiting feet of Jharkhand. And the referee quickly blowing the whistle. That was a needless foul. And the first yellow card coming out of the day. And it's in the dying embers now. 3 more minutes, and we are good to go. So there's no point, thrusting and shuffling between the players. Just keep your composure because that's more important. Despite the fact that this campaign is almost over for Jharkhand. Almost, again, not until and unless that final game is played. We cannot say what happens, but they'll definitely have a few lessons of their own. Tries to take a shot from range, but straight away hammers it at the foot of a Manipuri defender. And now Manipur can stitch an attack forward. It's kind of a race. Eventually, it's Manipur who wins it. Does a decent overspeeds his marker. But eventually, it is Jharkhand who snatches away the ball. And while the Manipur player tried to take it away from the back, he pushed the Jharkhand player, and the referee quickly blowing the whistle. Final 2 minutes of the fixture coming up. The ball's back at the foot of Manipur again. Does a decent job of keeping the ball at their feet, keeping the possession alive. Plays a short pass. I feel that Jharkhand hasn't really learned from their mistakes. They have allowed the incessant cascade of attacks from the wings. They have allowed Manipur to come knocking on the door over and over again. They have not really placed someone who can actually try and snuff out the opportunities. And that is exactly where Manipur has had it so easy right now. Well, it is eventually Manipur who manages to win the ball after a bit of a hasty challenge. It's a brilliant ball. This can be dangerous. They keep on knocking on the doors. Manipur wants a sixth. They have a minute. Wherein Jharkhand wants to avoid that at all cost. Opportunity, but once again the goalkeeper putting in a staunch save. Manipur quickly knocking on the doors, hoping to get some connection to the rebound. But the Jharkhand defenders pulls off a pretty decent job of getting it away. And 30 seconds of the game remaining. It has been a pretty, again, 6 goals being scored with 5 coming from Manipur. Once again showcasing their shooting prowess. Wherein for Jharkhand, they just managed to find 1 goal. Highlighting it once again that the Manipur defense is pretty vulnerable. So if Punjab can find those crevices in the final game, we may be in for an absolute fest of a footballing contest between two juggernauts of the group. The lovely chance wanted to take it and wanted to steer it towards the goal. The flag was already up actually, so that wouldn't have counted either, and he couldn't really place it on target. He ended up skying the opportunity. And that should be the end of it. The final whistle has gone, and Manipur walks away with the bragging rights by inflicting a 5-1 drubbing against Jharkhand, wherein at the other game, Punjab managed to secure a 5-0 win against Himachal Pradesh, showcasing their attacking mindset, showcasing their desperate hunger to come forward, and definitely issuing a warning to the host that when we meet on Tuesday, it is going to be a swashbuckling encounter of two mavericks, of two juggernauts putting everything on the line in order to walk away with the bragging rights of the group. I'll try and showcase the final scoreline of the fixture. Still waiting for the confirmation. And that's the confirmation. Manipur 5, Jharkhand 1. Kishan Singh opening the scoring. Carrick doubling the lead. Ronald Singh making it a 7th-minute goal to make it 3-0. Singham Subhash Singh scoring in the 77th, and Nauma Mete making it scoring the 5th. Wherein Rohit Tigga managing to find the back of the net after some decent efforts. I'll try and showcase you the stats that has dictated the story or that will narrate the story of the game in a much better version. Here it is. Manipur with 64% possession, Jharkhand 36. 16 shots from Manipur, 5 from Jharkhand, 7 on target from Manipur, 2 on target from Jharkhand, 5 corners from Manipur, 3 from Jharkhand, 5 fouls from Manipur, 4 from Jharkhand, and just only one yellow card that was shown to a Manipuri player. And these stats were powered by the official broadcasting partner of the Manipuri leg of Hero 76 National Football Championship Santosh Trophy, SportsKPI. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a cracking final day coming up. So do not forget to tune in and actually witness a battle of the juggernauts, a clash of the titans when Punjab takes on Manipur. Till then, we are signing off. Here's your commentator, Rohit. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. This is Rohit signing off, and this has been absolutely incredible interacting with you all. Thank you, everyone, for joining in once again.
पंजाब की 12 पॉइंट ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯆꯥꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯆꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯣꯠ